What up, y'all? Top of the top. It's your boy Fly Money. Now in tune top and go on. Woke up this morning, blessed. If you woke up this morning, so are you. Shall we continue? Kyrie Irving, the voice for the people. Some would say the voice for himself. Brooklyn Nets star Kyrie Irving was suspended 5 games for promoting a movie that offended people of different religious beliefs and one particular group, the Jewish community. And they said they suspended him because he did not want to apologize publicly about his opinions, his views, and some would say he's speaking facts as well. Now, Kyrie has been with the Brooklyn Nets for 4 years, been disgruntled at times, has been injured a lot. So his voice with his Twitter fingers have been gaining more attention and notoriety than his actual game, even though he's a phenomenal talent, you know, on any team. I don't believe Brooklyn should have suspended him. I don't believe he deserved a suspension because one, he didn't violate any policy. Two, he didn't intentionally say that he didn't like a group of people. But this is Kyrie Irving. You know, if people don't know who Kyrie Irving is, Kyrie Irving was one of the players during the pandemic when they issued the vaccine shot. He questioned it. And so he didn't take the vaccine. He didn't get vaccinated. And for a lot of people, regular people such as you and myself, took heed to that because I'm not vaccinated either. And I have a thing about whether or not the vaccine was warranted or whether it was for medical research purposes or for money in general with COVID. Back to Kyrie. So he was promoting this movie, and this movie was illustrating that you know, black people are the real Israelites from Africa, and the movie also depicted how Jews were running the world but didn't want to be held accountable for running the world underground and having their part in enslavement of African Americans, black people, Africans all over the world for centuries. Now, a lot of people they discredit what was brought to Kyrie. Now, Kyrie is 30 years old, and sometimes, or he's in his 30s. Sometimes, you know, before you post something, you should do your history. So I'm taking, he posted something that he might have felt with his heart and may have not really reached out and did further research. So he commented on something. And like a lot of people, you know, they're not doing research on a lot of topics, a lot of things that maybe seem interesting to them. So I could see how he watched something and then instantly he posted or shared or liked what he's seen. So that's my take where he shouldn't have been suspended primarily for that. Now, is he a distraction to the organization, to the brand, to get into a championship? Absolutely. Is his play in question? Only when it matters in the playoffs is his play in question, because he always have a good season if he's not hurt or doesn't have off the court issues, which is rarely. But this suspension with the Brooklyn Nets is different because they're trying to hold him accountable of something that he didn't intentionally mean to harm anyone. And the owner is a Chinese Josai. And to my recollection, he was trying to help Kyrie understand what he was potentially doing and harming Jewish people, the Jewish community. Now, if anybody knows about Brooklyn, New York, Kyrie's from New Jersey. I'm from Brooklyn. And the Jewish community in Brooklyn, right, they're very tight knitted, right? One would question how they walk and how they own a majority of Brooklyn and how they live in peace. But you could go up the block and you could find a boy with his brain peeled out in front of a store. But y'all people on the other end live in peace and harmony. I did some research and watched a few videos. I watched Nick from Fox, and Nick was saying some interesting things about Kyrie on and off the court, and he was saying stuff about how it articulated to his life. Now, here's the facts. You know, no other people have been persecuted in life like African Americans, black people, Africans in general. Kyrie made a statement and said he can't be anti-Semitic if you know where he come from. I believe that statement to be true, because it's like you calling somebody, it's the same thing as calling someone a racist. Look up anti-Semitic in the dictionary and you will find the meaning of it. Something about Jewish people being offended, Jewish people being persecuted, Jewish people being prejudiced against. Now, I'm not prejudiced against any kind of people, and Kyrie already said that he wasn't. So, what I'm not understanding is, yes, this man has an issue with just playing basketball, but he utilizes his platform and whatnot to speak about things that other people aren't so comfortable with speaking about. So, with that being said, I don't agree with the Brooklyn Nets finding Kyrie Irving. And to make matters worse, he tried to offer $500,000 to an organization to defeat hate. And that wasn't good enough with the NBA or good enough with the Brooklyn Nets. So they took $500,000 from him, suspended him for 5 games. And right now, I kind of feel that we live in America where your First Amendment rights are freedom of speech for those who don't know. So he could say whatever he want to say, whenever he want to say it. But being that he has ties and allegiance to the NBA and the Brooklyn Nets basketball club base, he's hurting their brand. So I understand where they're coming from. I just don't think that they took the right actions and measures and approach. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about this Kyrie Irving anti-Semitic things and whatnot issues. Kanye reached out to Kyrie and said, "Oh, there's still real ones left," because he had similar issues where he lost billions of dollars from a negative experience or a negative saying and whatnot. And to be honest with you, I look at Kanye's situation as well as Kyrie's situation. It's kind of the same thing because you're going to be penalized for saying something about a different ethnicity group or a different religious group when anybody can say anything about your race and not have the same backlash or repercussions as you suffering right now. It's your boy Fly Money. Peace and love, y'all. That's my take. I'm out. Top of the top.